Today we're going to be talking about the FTC taking action on OpenDoor. As a licensed realtor and now as a licensed mortgage broker, deep down what a lot of people in the industry won't tell you is that these are big wins for our industry and for the millions of people that are employed and depend on that human experience. Basically what OpenDoor does, if you guys aren't familiar with them, is that they purchase real estate basically virtually and trying to cut out the realtor, which owners think is a viable solution because of certain percentages and certain dollar amounts that realtors get at closing, right? So the FTC comes along and says, there's nothing innovative about cheating consumers. Well, yeah, that's what these people were gonna do to begin with. Their whole approach to the business was saying, here, go to a website, put in your address, click a few buttons here and there, and you're gonna have your money in 2 weeks. That's basically what it was, right? It turns out that within that very simple structure that they were showing to people, that they were actually offering homeowners much less than market value. And what would they do? They would turn around and sell it, or turn around, fix it, and then sell it and make a huge profit. So it seems like they did this to enough people that have connections to some lawyers, have some connections to the FTC or whatnot. And then next thing you know, you have a government order from the FTC saying that OpenDoor will have to pay $62 million to stop its deceptive tactics. Deception is a really strong word. And when the government says that, oh, you know you're in trouble for sure. We're going to be doing another video about Redfin now joining the 4 companies that seem like they think that they're going to tap into real estate commissions and billions of dollars that are made from giving service to other people, right? Whether it's a realtor or it's a mortgage broker, they are trying to tap into those commissions. But I'm telling you right now that we are a long way from revolutionizing an industry in such a way that we're going to take 2 to 3 million people out of jobs, because people want to have that human experience. There's nothing like being able to call someone, being able to text somebody on the weekends after hours, right? Because that's mainly what the professionals make themselves available to do, right? You don't really get answers from an FAQ page, or you're chatting with somebody on a website. People want to be able to say that I know someone and all I have to do is click a button on my phone and I will have a detailed and tailored response to my situation or to that person's situation, whoever's situation. You get that with a human. You don't get that with a website and a 1-800 number of people that don't actively do things in the business, right? OpenDoor promised to revolutionize the real estate market, but built its business using old-fashioned deception about how much customers could earn from selling their homes on the platform, said Samuel Levine, director of FTC's Bureau of Consumer Protection. There is nothing innovative about cheating customers, right? And most of these companies, their intentions are to bait and switch people and give that perception that, yeah, it's gonna be quick and easy. Here's your money in 2 weeks, right? When you could have gone with a realtor and sold the house in maybe 3 weeks. Maybe you could have sold it in 4 weeks and made more money. Who's not gonna wait 10, 15 days to make another 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50 grand? Like, I don't understand the thought process behind that, right? Really quickly, I'm gonna run through what the agency's investigation found on OpenDoor. Let's go ahead and start with the first 4 things. OpenDoor used projected market value prices when making offers to buy homes, when in fact those prices included downward adjustments, keywords, to the market values. Secondly, OpenDoor made money from disclosed fees, when in reality it made money by buying low and selling high, right? Consumers likely would have paid the same amount in repair costs whether they sold their home through OpenDoor or in traditional sales. Well, yeah, of course. Fourth, consumers likely would have paid less in cost by selling to OpenDoor than they would pay in traditional sales. So these are all misrepresentations of what was coming from a representative from OpenDoor. Whoever was assigned to you when you clicked the button and somebody called you and said, oh, hey, I'm so-and-so, and these are the 4 things that make us different, right? So The actions that are going to take place from the FTC on OpenDoor are the following. So they have to pay $62 million. Love that. Love that. The order requires OpenDoor to pay the commission $62 million, which is expected to be used for consumer redress. Then the second point is stop deceiving potential home sellers. The order prohibits OpenDoor from making the deceptive, false, and unsubstantiated claims it made to consumers about how much money they will receive or the costs they will have to pay to use its service. Or what this is not saying is the money that you think you're saving, you got to stop saying those things because people are going to check that, right? And enough people did check that and we're like, I just got screwed. So the third thing is stop making baseless claims. The order requires OpenDoor to have competent and reliable evidence to support any representations made about the cost, savings, or financial benefits associated with using its service, and any claims about the costs associated with traditional home sales. So this is a huge win for the industry. Personally, I'm totally against these companies because it just puts the idea in people's heads that somebody over the phone or a website knows more and is gonna make you more money than an actual expert. Just, it doesn't make sense. It's like going to court and you hire a lawyer that's a robot. OpenDoor, I'm telling you right now, the fourth biggest company out of this industry will fall. It might not be this year in 2022, but I'm sure as hell telling you they're not gonna make it to 2024, and they sure as hell not gonna make it to 2025. So I'm expecting that company to go belly up in sometime in 2023, and we're gonna have this video to see if I was right or not. Making bold predictions like this based on trends and based on 3 other companies that have all these venture capitalist funds and they're still going belly up shows you that it's not ready yet. Shows you that the idea may be smart, but most people still want to deal with a person. Most people still want to give business to somebody that they know deserves it. Not a huge company that now we just found out, which is what all of them are basically doing, is that they buy for low and they sell high. There's nothing complicated about that. But when you're telling people that you're gonna give them the way out, you're gonna give them, oh, you're not gonna have to do open houses, you're not gonna have to have buyer agents walking through your house and having to show the house to strangers, oh my God, such a safety issue, and all these things that they convince people to think by just clicking a few buttons, turns out to be complete BS. And that's why I'm telling you right now, this $62 million fine, sure, they could probably pay that, but I know that hurt. And if we look at their balance sheet, you're going to see that they are losing hundreds of millions of dollars. As a matter of fact, I did a video on this. I'm gonna put it here. They lost $1 billion between January 1st and the end of the third quarter this year. Hell, they couldn't even make money in 2021. They still had a loss in 2021. So it doesn't take a genius to figure out that when you're losing money consistently, whether it's 50 million last year or $992 million like this year, it's just showing you a trend of something that's not working. Based on where projected interest rates are gonna be next year, there's no such thing as a 3% interest rate next year. I don't see that happening. At the very minimum, it'll be in the low 6s, if anything, right? So again, it's just cool to see that the FTC, if enough people get behind something that is deceptive and is out there to bait and switch people by using technology and using speed and telling people that you're gonna avoid all the pitfalls and all the negative experiences of working with the realtor and having that traditional experience, then look what happens. These tech companies are all in it for money. They're not in it for convenience, right? They say it's convenience and speed with the same result. Can't happen. Cannot happen. There's a saying out there that says, ask somebody when you're selling something to them, I have 3 things I can give you: fast, good, and cheap. But you can only pick 2, right? And if it's fast and cheap, it ain't gonna be good. If it's fast and good, it's not gonna be cheap, right? Most people need to understand that sometimes, most of the time, these things are too good to be true. And articles like this, you're just gonna see these companies, specifically OpenDoor being the last one open, you're still gonna see articles come up about their losses, about how they're like firing employees because they grew too fast in 2021. And now, just like a lot of tech companies now, with a lot of spending power basically being erased in a matter of months with high inflation and low consumer confidence from the government, you're gonna see a lot of these companies go belly up, either because of that or because of all the things I just mentioned. Guys, I wanna thank you so much for watching this video. If you guys like what I said, let me know in the comment section. I'm getting better at this, and I really just wanna dive deep into articles and add my 2 cents from a realtor's perspective, and now from a mortgage broker's perspective in the state of Florida. I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.